What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Louis Vuitton with the ticker symbol LVMH. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. And just a reminder, guys, I get a lot of requests. If you guys want to guarantee your request gets done, you can leave a donation. Look at my video description below for the donation details. So let's take a look at Louis Vuitton on the daily chart. Well, what do I see in the near term? Basically, since it looks like earlier this year in March, price has been going down. It's been in a downtrend. It's making lower lows, lower highs. EMA is pointing down, so it's been trending down the whole time. So it looks like price was inside this channel. It looks like it broke the channel, but it came back in it, and it's showing loss of momentum, slight loss of momentum for the bears. However, it's still down, so we can go ahead and probably just draw a trend line off of that swing highs. So there's a downward bias obviously in play. Now, where is it likely headed? Well, you can use tools to identify where it's likely headed, the downtrend. The first one you can use is just the measure move target. This is the prior impulse or the prior size leg that the bears were able to accomplish. So that's a good chance that in the future we could see something similar. And that takes price slightly a little bit lower towards the maybe 650 level before we see a bounce. So maybe 649, 650, probably even 648, 647 before we see some type of bounce take place. Again, just because we reach the target, that doesn't mean price will immediately reverse. It could just be a temporary stopping point for price to continue trending on lower. I'd be looking for something more obvious, like a stronger support, like this level right over here in the past. So you see that this level was a very strong level in the past. Price was at once upon a time trading at the 854 level back here in January 2022, and it traded all the way down to the mid 500s. So this level right here was able to stop the trend and reverse it towards the upside. So this level right here is very strong, and that looks like to be the next level that price can reach if it doesn't reach the measuring target and reverse off of that. So the next level would be the mid 500s, so maybe late 500s, or mid to late 500s, so 550s to maybe 570s for this downtrend. But either way, it's a downtrend, and it's not bullish because we're seeing that price is making lower lows, lower highs. Price is below the EMA. It's creating ceilings above itself and breaking through levels. So again, I'll be looking for a short-term bounce, possibly very soon, at the 650 level. But again, for me to be long-term bullish, it needs to break this trend line, because it can always just bounce and then get rejected from the trend line and then still continue trend down lower. So you want to see price hold support, break trend line, and then maybe get a small correction, something like that. Maybe hold at the 697 for higher prices, something like that. So that's all I have on the daily chart. Basically, it is coming to a point where it can reverse or at least temporarily see a bounce. But until it breaks this downward trend line, I would be still bearish, and it can take price all the way down towards the mid to high 500s, possibly even lower. There is some gaps over here on the chart that can be filled, empty spots. So it could, trade all the way to the lower 500s. We'll have to wait and see, though. That's a while away. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Looks like earnings report is estimated to be sometime. Looks like earnings just came out in July, and next one is sometime next year, it looks like. Possibly, maybe even a little bit sooner. Should be another one coming soon. Take a look at the weekly chart. And again, you can see there's a lot more red bars in this downtrend than green bars. So again, it's strong bearish pressure. Price is below the trend line, below the EMA. The measuring target could act as a temporary reversal or a stopping point. But again, most likely, or even more likely, that we will probably see price reach the mid to high 500s. Because you can see how strong that support is right over here. It's a triple bottom. Price bounced once, twice, 3 times right over here before we saw the strong rally. So it looks like it's coming back down to that level. Another thing to keep in mind is that there was this trend line right here that price broke through. So you can see how well that was holding price. If you connect this swing to this swing, that's where price bounced right here in January, and then price broke it. So let me show you guys that right now. So price was able to break through that trend line right over here. It came back to test it for resistance and then sold off. So that's not a good sign right there. It shows that momentum is still pretty strong to the downside. Is there possibly maybe another trend line? Well, there's a little bit shallower one, and that's kind of coincides exactly with that mid to high 500 level. So let's say we can get rid of this trend line right here because we already see that it's not really in play. But how about this trend line right here, a little bit shallower? Let me show you guys that right now. So let's connect these swings right here. Let's connect these two swings, and then it coincides with that third swing right over here. Back in March 2020 was, and then if you drag it all the way across, it kind of makes sense where price is coming, like right around here, where we have that horizontal level and we have that trend line level meeting at the same point. So again, looking for the mid to high 500s in this downtrend if price cannot reverse from that measurement target, which is normally not the case, especially if it's not at strong support. So let's say the target was right here at a little bit lower at the strong support, then that would have been a more obvious level that price can reverse off of. But since it's a little bit higher, price can just maybe find some temporary support before continuing down lower. So either way, just to summarize, basically what I see is that price generally moves in twos in the market. It's making the second leg down almost complete, but it might not be a strong reversal point, especially if we're still below the trend line. If we're still below the trend line, price will most likely reach the mid to high 500s, and that's a stronger level for price to reverse off of. So we'll see what happens when price gets there, or if it doesn't. We'll see what happens first at this measurement target, and then you can reevaluate your analysis. That's all I have for LVMH on the daily and weekly charts. If you guys have any questions, please leave in the comments down below. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.